No?
Good afternoon, Roger and the rest.
Good day. Hi, how's it? Hope you got your fibre sorted. Not another burglary job.
Now, today it's hectic. Missed a lot due to the fact that I'm partially busy changing from one cell phone company to another with number migrations and SIM swaps, and hey, that technology is not for me, sir.
Well, it's so fast, to be fair. I just say, when it comes to technology, look for a youngster. They usually know what's going on. Yeah, it's so fast keeping up with it. I hear you. Actually, I don't know, I can operate, as you can see, but actually otherwise I'm a bit thick and it's so involved. I just wish I was about 50 years younger, born in this technological world. It'd be brilliant. So amazing, really is incredible. You could literally, if you wanted, and you had enough money and a credit card, not leave the house for the rest of your life. No, you wouldn't want to, because you can, you can order food in, you can watch TV, news, or whatever you want to do. So literally speaking, you would ever have to leave the place. The technology is that advanced. Zoom everybody when you want to chat to them. It's incredible. Anyway, morning Ken, morning everyone, morning Morris, morning, sorry, afternoon guys. Okay, so let's see what we do today. ADP came out. You'll have the step Marshall in. You all have the calendar there. 242 instead of 200. In my opinion, that should be slightly inflationary. I expected to be a bit of a fall off of the NAS, which happened now, but not then. And a bit of a jump in the dollar index, a little bit, but nothing much happened. So I think most of the action seemed to have been yesterday. And I think market's taking a bit of a breather. It didn't have much effect. Even the euro dollar at 12 o'clock, I looked at it, not much happened. So I think settling down a bit. Yeah, don't be negative, but I think it's going to be a bit of a boring trading hour or two today. Maybe liven up again if Powell comes on. But honestly, don't know what else he's going to say. He couldn't have said yesterday. What's happening 24 hours later that couldn't be done yesterday? So I think it's maybe a little bit more of the same. I think the next exciting one's going to be on Friday. I think that's going to be the confirmation one way or the other. Everybody's waiting on that. And I think personally, if that jobs report is down, I think the Nasdaq is going to go shooting up, and the dollar's going to come. Is that right way around? It's going to go weakening quite a bit. So going to fall off the dollar and a shoot up with the Nas and the shares, etc. If it's below, because it seems to be pointing slightly inflationary. So, but at least it'll confirm it. So I think it's quite a big deal. This coming event on Friday. Just bear that in mind. Okay, let's have a look. Euro Japanese yen, it's looking like it's not good. I thought it might have a bit of recovery, but it's lapsed into sickness again. Where's it? AUD/JPY. Yeah, I thought it might just get going earlier on. We're on an hour chart today, and I thought, we might come right, but it decided to come back down. We're still in it, but it's not pretty. And the other one that's still open is this one, which is still doing fine. Let it run. You should have it. You should still be in that one. The other one, unfortunately, should still. Well, unfortunately, it might come right still. But just have to say that it's not looking too well, the AUD/JPY. doesn't seem to be getting better either. Never get a financial doctorate, because the one's happening is not really happening for it. But joking apart, yeah. But anyway, never mind. The dollar, the pound dollar cable did very, very well. So that's made up for it, and this is clearly doing well. It's up about what, 50, 85, about 70 pips. What are we doing again? I think it's 85. No, where you get 85 from? 73, beg your pardon. Got in at 73. Anyway, whatever, it's still a nice profit. So let's see if it can break the 79. It's been tried. And as before mentioned, make sure you got your stop at just a bit below break even. Don't get it too close, a bit below break even. And then if you're still in, move down and at least you're protected. Okay. I say with Powell speaking tonight, and I mentioned what else is going to happen, what else is going to come up with, but I still think it's going to be a little bit sort of quiet going forward. Okay, I mentioned the pound Swiss franc today, earlier on today. Nobody seemed particularly keen, but it seems to be trying to come right. I'm not sure we're chasing it now, actually. I prefer to get it back up here, but I wish you mentioned it. We're now 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10. It's around about these levels here. But I'm not sure we're chasing it now anyway. If you weren't keen then, you'd be less keen now. So euro dollar still on the alley. Yep, euro dollar. Sorry, euro dollar. Sorry. Yeah, not much happened. When you come out 12, it's now 4, 3, 2, 1, 12. See, not much happened. Only a few pip movements. So it's a bit of a, talk about a damp squib. Hey, Brian, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4 Brians in here. They're all using your ID or something. Brian's for Africa here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 Brians are coming. Anyway, whatever. Okay. You bring all your mates in under your name, aren't you? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, good stuff. Okay, moving on. Okay.
Roger.
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, my apologies. I see the yen again strengthen against most of the currencies. But the figures that was reported on the shortfall on the current account was in red. So I interpreted it wrongly that I thought the yen will weaken.
Trying to check it out now because on the surface, if I got it done right to read.
It was also a 2-star announcement this morning, early 10 to 2.
Maybe I see it because I've like I said this morning, I've changed it to 2-star. I don't see it there, but just give me the figures again. Did you say it was less than expected or more than expected? What was it, Fundy again? Yeah, very quiet, Marius. Yeah. But anyway, I lost you there. But anyway, whatever.
Sorry. It was basically the current account NSA for January. They expected minus 0.818, and it came out as minus 1.977.
So the current account deficit was worse than expected.
Yes.
That, in theory, weaken the yen, not strengthen. I take your point. So why did it strengthen the yen? Let's see if it's strengthened against something else. What time did it come out again? Because this might be out of date. This came out
10 to 2 this morning.
10 to 2 this morning.
Our turn.
Yeah, there you are. It did weaken it. See what I mean? The dollar's a base currency. It did weaken it. Go back to the yen on the dollar again. Yeah, 22 would be around about this sort of level. Yeah, it did strengthen it. Sorry, it did weaken it. But why it strengthened now, I don't know. Maybe some other good news I don't know about. Because yeah, the account more depth than expected should weaken it, which actually did happen. So it just seemed to have strengthened for the last since what? 7 o'clock this morning. Don't know why. But otherwise, agree. You're asking me, why does that? And please explain why it doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense because it should weaken the currency quite rightly. And looking back, it did. So your next question is then why suddenly the last 10 hours or whatever it is coming up, or 9 hours coming up like this? What could do the dollar? But the dollar's been sideways. Dollar's come back a little bit, but not that much. What's it actually in figures? It's quite a lot, isn't it? Yeah, it's nearly 100 pips in figures. Quite a lot of a strengthening of the yen, and the dollar hasn't weakened that much. Okay, put it together. I don't know. Can't give you an intelligent answer, and I can't think quick enough to BS my way out of that question. I don't know why it's suddenly coming off lately. Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, thanks.
Sorry about that. It's not very intelligent, but better to come up with. At least I'm not BSing you and saying I don't know. It doesn't make sense either. Unless something's happened out. Obviously, maybe some guys are getting out and getting in or whatever. But I think it's a possibility of an upside in this if we can get these guys. I probably wouldn't be playing much around with it till Monday morning at this rate. But I think we can get a bit of a pullback to go in again, but we'll see. But I don't think I'm that keen to play around with it before Monday. Unless you decide to be doing on Friday afternoon going into the weekend. You can open a position, I have a problem with it. Missing a good one, but we'll see what the non-farms give us on Friday. Don't forget, he's send it out for 3 o'clock. I hope to be starting 2:45, so the guys can understand fully the mechanics of it, whatever. But yeah, so don't forget 3 o'clock session or 2:45 or whatever it's going to be on Friday to try and do a straddle trade on the Dow. Sorry, on the Dow on the non-farm payrolls. Okay, so we're all good with that. Okay, anyone first time I heard it, I can explain more depth. If you all know about that, great to see you 3 o'clock on Friday as an extra session. We normally don't have one on Friday afternoon. Okay, you know any more details? Just say. Before I mention any more, I don't think good stuff. I don't think it's going to be a trading purpose much happening before Powell and after the movements yesterday. But keep an eye on it. If you see them, we'll go through them immediately. But we can maybe do some discussion stuff to make up because I don't want to push a trade that might not be there. It looks a bit quiet. Right, Eurocad has proved 348 points. Is that 34 pips? Since 1 o'clock. Let's put it on here and probably get it himself. Rather do pips than points. I don't get confused. Eurocad. Since when are we talking about here? 1 o'clock. So that's now 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, it's quite a lot. I've got it down there. It's gone up about 160 this last while. Anyway, let's get your view this afternoon from that one, which is my entry point. 145171. 14. Oh, yeah, that's where we are at the moment. That rings a bell. Didn't you ask that earlier on? That's where we were earlier on, actually. It's gone down, come back again. Okay, that's what you want to go in around about these figures. I see the buy, it's come off, the buyers are come in. We've got the euro out the way for 12 o'clock. Again, take your points. Don't know. I like it. Take them. Why decided? Why not? There's a stop loss down here. It's 100 pips stop. Where can we look at the TP? If you're looking at this, the TP, you will get a reward, risk reward. Where do you want to put your stop? Do you want to put it within that range? Maybe down here somewhere. Because you got a TP of 1.48, which now we'll have to go to the weekly. No, you can do it for the weekly, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, hang on. No. 85 pips. A lot of resistance there. I think you're chancing your arm. The Canada isn't the weakest currency out there either. I think at this stage, I hear you. I hear the long. I'm sorry. I'm not that keen now. Now I've seen that. That's quite a strong. It's not a glass ceiling. That's quite a concrete one. So a stop of 1.4439. Let's go back to daily. Yeah, stop loss. If you give that much, I'd rather slightly lower, just down there, 1.4430, which means you've got to aim at round about there. Yeah, you get it maybe somewhere around there. You definitely get a risk reward if you aim there. And it could well happen. My problem is this. Can you see that? I'm going to put a line in so you can't miss it. There you are. Look at, sorry, jumping around. Do as you tell them, stay. There you are. See, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. You get the general idea. It's got to break through that concrete ceiling. It's not a glass ceiling. I'm not so sure. 148, maybe you could do that. 148, say, no, that's fine. 148 is fine there as a TP. Put a line in there, actually, it's not a bad idea. 148. That's about there. Okay, good enough. Let's run about there. Yeah, I see that, but I said 200 is worrying me. And it's not just a 200 on its own. 1, 2, 3, nearly 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's crunch it a bit. A little bit over here as well. I personally might, I think I might leave that alone. That's my opinion. Who else is here? What do you think? Brains, Tumor, Dilmore, who else is here? Farley, Ken, Knowledge, and Marshall, Maris asked the question. Pietro, anybody else like the look of this one? To go in round about this figure, it's round about the 17 at the moment we go to market. I'm an LIA guy as well. That's my opinion, Maris. Do you agree, or what do you reckon? That weekly has given me extreme worries. I'm not sure I'm going to take that for that reason. If it was 1 or 2, fair enough. But half a dozen or 8 of them counted. No. So what's the answer? Might not get a pullback, it's quite strong, but if we can come back here, different ball game. We can come back to this level here, 44.36, 44.36, right about there to there, gives you 180 pips. So that's a much more likely scenario. Rather get around about these levels, my opinion. You'd go for it, would you? Okay. Getting some support from NK there. I'll put it up if you want to do it. I'll give you my opinion. You can make your choice. What's your stop loss again? Just give me a second. Shake it back here. 1.4439. And 1.48. Right, you have to have such a wide stop. You don't want 3 quite wide. Anyway, it's $100 a micro. That's the bottom line. If you want it. Well, if NK wants it, whoever wants it, there you are. I'm not keen. Somebody else aren't either, but I've been wrong, as we all know. Look, you're a JPY. Brian, you've got a bit of an extended family here. Are you a Catholic? Just kidding.
I just think that big, buddy.
Okay, should move.
Doctor, the surgeon is doing his job.
Coming back this bit. Moving along. Moving along. Yeah, okay, fine. Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. Never mind the strength, will it come on? If we had a nice one, hit the TP on that one, we might get another bash of this. Let's come back and testing support. Is it worth it? Or let's look at the figures first. That's 100 pips, stop loss. Don't like it. I want to get a better price. You might miss it. We'll see anyway. Come back, maybe 145. We'll have another look at it. Keep an eye on that one, guys. That guy can come back. the GBCHF can bump up a bit, we'll sell the pound Swiss and buy the Swiss Japanese yen. We're buying the Swiss on both of them that way around. Been to Zurich Airport and Geneva Airport. I've never been inside Switzerland. I've seen it on a few documentaries on TV or whatever. I have to say it's a fantastic place, but my God, it's expensive. It's expensive. Do you know the average salary, just out of interest, go off the subject, in Switzerland, the average salary is 100,000 rand a month in our money, rand money. Average salary is 100 grand a month. Can you believe it? Eh?
Here we go.
I think in South Africa it's about 20. If you exclude the unemployed, the employed people in the what do you call it, in the normal sector, not the unofficial sector, what the word is, it's about 20 odd, I think. 100,000 rand a month average salary. And I told you it's about 34 grand a month, and slightly more, I think, is the minimum wage in Australia. Different bloody game, isn't it? I think it's actually 38 grand a month. Anyway, it's ridiculously high, the minimum wage there. But 100 grand a month is an average salary. Crazy. Mind you, need it, that's hectic. Anyway, that's by the by. I want to sell the Dows. You're getting a decent price, not getting any movement here. Yeah, it's come up before. Have a look there. I can't see Powell's going to have that much effect. I think that happened yesterday. I know he's speaking again for anyway, whatever he is. Yeah. Any questions? I just want to do my normal story. I think everyone's got it, but I'll do it anyway. Up the calendar, etc. Just remember to have it. I'll do that. Try and do it every time if I can. It doesn't take long. Maybe even just one person hasn't got it. It's worth the hassle. It's not even a hassle. And the dollar index, just in case anyone there hasn't got it. Take a moment. There you are. Copy and paste if you haven't got that. Useful stuff for you. Couple of new names there. I think you all know how to just save your chart. Go to right click, go to templates and save it. Don't forget to save your charts. Don't forget specifications. All good. All the information you need. Contract size, margin, you name it. Right. Go. Anything you want to chat about? Anyone want to discuss? I'm warning you now. I'm not sure unless you can come up with something. You've done it before. Brilliant if you can, but I'm not sure you're going to find many trades yet. Should all be out of the Brent now. I think. I don't know if you're still in, guys. It's coming back a bit. So I hope you don't get stopped out in the loss after being up at 86. That's a beautiful profit. That gold is pretty damn quiet, hovering like I said. The range there's about a $3-4 range. Look at that. Look at that candle there. Yeah, so let's have a look at GBP AUD. Still okay. I suppose it's doing even worse. Any recovery on this one? No, looks like it's able to get stopped out on this. Maybe hold here and bounce again, we should see, but it's not pretty. Yeah, what happened with channel? Not happening at the moment, is it? Remember, we want to buy here. So I think why we buy it down here, we didn't. We went for a buy up here somewhere. Thought it's going to hold, but really didn't. And but a Japanese yen strength coming in for whatever reason. Finally, just mentioning this now, is not helping the cause at all. So 20 pips away from stop. Take 2 fingers and cross them. Best of flights at the bottom on that one. But at least the other one's doing okay. So we're good there. So if you come up anything fine, please let me know. You mentioned the cat JP a while back. I think because we left it, nothing's happening there. I think you would have died from losses, and you'd died from boredom on that. Makes NGAS look like it's fast, too. What is NGAS doing? Keep thinking about that. I think I put me off. I'm so sick of it. No, it's still there. No, it's still slower. Still nothing happening. Some people talk about Microsoft. I wouldn't be buying it now, selling, see how it opens up. It might, I'm not sure the Nasdaq's all over the place. It might even open up higher. We'll see anyway, or even open up down. I don't know. But I can't see a trade on shares at the moment. But if you spot one, please. A lot of guys are asking for trade on CFDs, shares, that is. And certainly give them and find one. I think we missed the Tesla, but nobody seemed to want to do it. At the 200 mark, nobody seemed to be keen to do it. It was up there. I think some people have run out of margin, but that was a pity, really. Because you had a pretty good bounce. Remember, came right off, bounced right up. Anyway, still coming now. Yeah, sorry, just walked in there, Derek, because somebody bombarded you. But did you find clarity, guys, on that 1 o'clock micro chit chat I gave on the Zoom earlier on this afternoon? Did it add value? I know it's always. I'm not sure I'm always conveying it correctly. Do you feel it was clarified a few things? Derek, I mean, I'd like to have your opinion more than Ken, because Ken's quite experienced. You're still just starting your trading journey. So from a guy just starting, do you feel it clarified for you? Or did it open up more questions than answered? How do you feel? And anybody else that attended who's fairly new to this, did I convey accurately the micro Dow and the micro NAS is all about? Did it clear up anything for you guys? If it did, I'm happy with the presentation there. We'll try and do it a bit more ongoing for newer guys. Any comments? No, all right, fair enough. Yeah, so anybody can think of a trade or any questions you'd like to ask? It could be a quiet session, this coming up to 5. Okay, thanks for that. Okay, so it made sense. I've got across what I wanted to get across. That was the main thing. It's no good in my head. It's got to come out of my head into yours. If it was clear enough, crystal clear what I wanted to hear, that's fantastic. So if I do it again, I'll stick with the same format. Good. Okay, what's the time? A couple of minutes to opening. We might get some action, but I think it's going to be quiet for the next half an hour. We'll see anyway. How's it, Mr. Shearer? I'm just saying it's a bit quiet at the moment, but if you can see some euro dollar, okay, look, I don't know about buying it. We'll see. Not sure about that. Seems to be at the moment the axis is on actually a stronger dollar at the moment. Which, yeah, I see what you mean. I see where you're coming from. It's hit that 100-day moving average. It's right there on support. So I see what you mean. It could be a bounce from here, a range trading bounce. A little bit wary. The dollar's still pretty strong. It's over 105.50 at the moment, and it could strengthen further. I'm a little bit wary, and if you go into a trade, it's a bit slow. You might be caught with it in the non-farm comes out, and if you're going long and the non-farm is inflationary, then the dollar is very likely to strengthen, and it could come off quite a bit. I'm a little bit nervous of that. I will be using the euro dollar, by the way, guys. If you're joining me on Friday at 245.3, whatever, I was hoping to get a 245 actually, just to get everyone prepared. But the guys who know the score coming at 3, just get prepared. I'll be using the euro dollar for the straddle trade. So you're on. Yeah, we're more than well aware of that, Mark. Absolutely. JP Doomley, the cricketer, he's speaking there as well. Okay. I think I'd rather listen to him than Powell yet again. Yeah. So I think probably better to sit in your hands on that one. Thanks for the offer anyway. But Buffenier, if I get that right, probably make you laugh when I try it. If you can, if you want to, as long as you've got a couple of bucks in your account to make use of it, we'll try it. We'll do a nice little straddle trade and see if we can make a quick buck out of the non-farms coming on Friday. Okay. Any questions on that? Are you good for 3 o'clock Friday on that? Yeah, I'll be doing a straddle trade on Friday using the euro dollar. Use anything, right? I quite like the euro dollar. Get some decent movement out of it, and the spread's about the tightest of all the instruments we've got. It's about the tightest spread, so it doesn't have to move much to get into profit. So with the NAS is about a 12 pip spread. So you see my point. This one's about a 1.5 pips, but fine. Good stuff. Good stuff, Gladys. I wish you would hurry up, but at least it's in profit, my friend. Oh, no, it doesn't end as slow as NGAS. So I think the only thing slower than NGAS is the guys who owe me money trying to pay me back. Just joking. No. So we'll look at. I'm going to suggest we use the euro dollar. The other guy done it before. Want to use the NAS or something else they can. But I'm suggesting the euro dollar, and we'll try that one. See if we can get a nice jump out of it. Last time we did okay, but we can do much better this time. Okay, all good. Anybody quiet at the moment? I don't want to bore some of the guys like Farney and Ken who know the score there, and Marius, but anybody there a bit quiet at the moment when we go through the mechanics, what we'll be doing on Friday of the straddle trade? Anybody interested who's going to be there? You all understand it? Well, great. Go straight into it. Well, HPQ will depend on NFP will affect everything. I mean, clearly, if the dollar strengthens quite a bit, it will result in HPQ continuing downside. Because HPQ was it up? Yes, how fast it's going now to speed. It's doing very well. If you're still in it, brilliant. You should have gone at 30.30, so you're about $2.50 per share in profit. $2.50 a lot on a $27 share. Remember that. But that will be affected, yeah, depending on how it comes out. But obviously, we're not worried about HPQ. We won't do that. We're doing the euro dollar, and can't do it even if we wanted to. It opens up. It opens an hour later after the release has been given. There's no point. Microsoft. Not much happening. Now it's pretty quiet. Going to 5 o'clock, Mark. Yeah, it's going to 5 o'clock, so it's going to be pretty quiet. It's a pretty quiet opening. 20 pips in a couple of minutes is nothing on the NAS on half-past-4 opening. Yeah, well, a little bit after yesterday, plus it's calming down a bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but 3 p.m. was opening the session, but to say that release is 3:30. If you want to join, everyone understand the mechanics of the trade then. I want to get a better price. I agree with Shorting. I want to get a better price. I think just leave it for the moment, Mark. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, so know the mechanics of the trade. That's the main thing. Because we're coming now. I will explain again for newer guys. We want to be on top of it, hit the ground running for the 3:30 release. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, thanks for that. Of course, remember your group, hey? Well, yeah. Right. Is your network a bit better now, Brian?
Ellis.
Okay. It's a bit quiet at the moment. I get that. So I'm just saying, Just to go over, everyone familiar with the straddle trade, which I'll be doing on Friday, the non-farms? Because I want people to be comfortable with it. I don't want them to say, I don't know how to do it as the releases, you might miss out. So are you all comfortable with the trade? It's not difficult, but you've got to be comfortable with it.
Yeah, sure.
What does sure mean? You're comfortable with it?
Yeah, but yes.
Okay. Anybody not comfortable with it, straddle trade? I'll go through it quickly. Something to talk about in the meantime. Me. Okay, Vicky, there we are. I'll be using the euro dollar. So I'll put the euro dollar up. Now, today is not Wednesday anymore for the purpose of this, it's Friday, all right? Now, you will not enter the trade. You've got to be quick on it until about 2, maybe 3 minutes max, maybe 5, but 2, 3 preferably. Enter the trade 2, 3 minutes before 3:30, because you're getting movement all the time. All that won't be much, I get that. But it'll put it out of kilter if you put in SNR beforehand and the calculation incorrect. So I did about 15. I'm going to risk 10. I hope you're happy with that. I hope it's not too close. I'm going to risk 10 pips above and below. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend it's just coming up to 3:30, and this will be the trade. You'll go in to the euro dollar and you double click on it. Okay. And you put the volumes. Now you ask me, what volume should I put in? I have a slight idea. You've got to know that. So I think it was Anne-Marie thought of a good one, and I like it. So I'm going to use it. Your risk is going to be about 100 rand. We're going to work on the basis of 100 rand a year as a risk. 100 rand a year. And 100 rand a micro, sorry, as the risk. So even that maybe get a little bit better than that. We'll stick with that. Okay. Or is it? No, hang on. So it's a bit lot. I think you're working on about 80 bucks. Okay, yeah. Working about 80 rand per micro is the risk. So each one's got a different balance. You know what you're prepared to risk. If you want to risk 400 rand, it's 5 micros. 80 rand is 1 micro. 800 rand is 1 milli. You get the idea. So you know what volumes you're going to put in. Okay, what you're prepared to do. So once you know that volume, you go from market execution to go. We'll start off with a pending order. We'll start off with a buy stop. Okay, and then you put a buy stop 10 pips, not points, pips. Ignore that thing there. 10 pips above the market on the buy side and 10 pips below the market on the sell side. So I'm not going to put in that in case you get swallowed in, but you put the stuff, then you put in a volume, whatever it is. Let's say it's 0.04 for argument's sake, whatever it is. I'm giving an example. You've worked out your volumes, and then you're going to put the price you want to enter 10 pips above. So pretend that's going to stick at 52, right? Because you're going in just before the release of the data. So you put in 1.0562, 10 pips above. Okay, and then you click place, you place it. Then once it's placed, you then go to the euro dollar. You go to pending order. Do it again if you want. You've got to get this right because you know we're faffing around. When the time comes, you're missing out. Put in your 0.04, and this will be 10 pips below. So you see that's 150, 152 there, 150. So that clearly be 1.0540. That's the wrong one. Sell stop 1.0540. Place the order. So therefore, you'll have an order, a buy stop above the market, and plus this is an example, and a buy stop below the market, something like that. You got me? No stop loss, no TP. One cancels the other. Don't worry about it. Just place that. Place it a couple of minutes. You don't faff around. If you need 3 minutes to do it, make sure it's placed. For goodness sake, don't get half the order placed before 3:30. But as close as possible to 3:30, so it's ready there to click in when the figure's released. Okay. Now there's no stop on either one. Now what happens? The figure's released, and let's say it is very bad, not good, bad for the dollar. If it's bad for the dollar, it'll be good for the euro. Okay. It goes shooting up. Okay. Therefore, the first thing you do is you go to your sell stop and delete it immediately, in case it doesn't happen very often, to be honest, but it can happen. You get a whipsaw, it goes up and comes down. Now you're in this one and that one, now you got a problem. So what you do is you go into, it shoots up, you knock this one off. Please remember, no stop, no whatever, knock it off. Then if you want to put a stop loss in, you can going up. But if it's moving too fast, just go to your volumes, see what you do there, volumes or whatever, double click on it, okay? Not this one, the one below, double click on it, whatever, and have it ready to close or whatever, okay? And remember, you can partly close. You might say, right, I've got 4 micros, it's going up, getting a bit dodgy, I've closed 2, comes off, close 1, close the other, or the whole lot. You've got to be on it and you will be on it if you got the concept, okay? If the opposite happens and it's good for the dollar, obviously euro weak and it shoots down, immediately close this one here and ride it down. So I suggest you go to your volume, double click on it, make sure you got the close button handy, and then you can take it from there. Okay. Hope that's clear. You've got to have that clear. And because I do all the time, I can't see what the problem is. But some people just don't get it. They go in half, they put a stop loss in, they do one leg, they don't do the other. They do all sorts of strange things, and I'm not quite sure why. Maybe because I'm doing this quite a few times, I can't see what the issue is. Like changing gear, but it's complicated when you first do it. But I must make sure you've got the concept in your head. It shoots up, we're on board. If it shoots down, we're on board. Clearly, you don't want to keep the buy-in if it shoots down. You don't want to keep the sell if it shoots up. I think, to me, that's pretty straightforward. Got that, Ken? You got that, Vicky? Straightforward, hey? And if it comes very different to expected, it gets a decent jump, you're going to make a quick buck out of this. That's why I say you can actually increase the volumes you normally would. You know what I'm saying? So you can get a slightly higher volume as long as you've got enough free margin, and you'd be surprised if it comes in different and it shoots up one or shoots down the other. You'd be very pleasantly surprised what you made a quick buck out of it. But you've got to be on it once they're released. You can't relax, start saying, what do you think is going to happen here, Roger, or whatever. Your adrenaline will be flying. It's really, really moving. You really got to be on it. So quickly go, once you cancel that, going up for argument's sake, get rid of either close it or put in a volume from the part, close it or whatever. Sometimes, Anna Marie said last time, she didn't have time to put a stop loss in. Fiddling around putting in with this movement, it's too quick. So have it ready. If it starts coming off suddenly, click the close and you're out. You don't want to be caught up 100 pips, faffing around, and you go to the 20 pip loss. You're going to be highly fed up. I'll be fed up, never mind you. It's not Russian roulette at all. It's a high probability trade. Russian roulette is not, that's the luck of the draw. This is a highly intelligent, brilliant, analytically put together from a devastatingly handsome young man like myself, a trade. Nothing to do with Russian roulette. Yeah, well, we're hoping.
Okay, handsome.
Yeah, I think you have to go back to a few sentences ago to find me very handsome, but never mind. But it is an adrenaline rush. Oh, from that point of view, yeah. Well, I'm not sure about that. I think a slight more adrenaline rush than Russian roulette, tell you. And I hope it comes right if you're doing it, Brian, then you can pay me back all the money you owe me. And don't tell me you've forgotten. Remember? Right. No, don't tell me you've forgotten. Oh, dear. Well, what happened, Ken, Mark, and other guys, Vicky, and anybody there, Derek, hope you join me on this, Etienne, everybody. What was the question again? It has to go one with the other. It can, if it comes out exactly, you've had experience of that, as expected, that's unusual. Exactly as expected. You can jump around a bit because the market's confused. I don't know why, what to make of it. In fact, exactly expected, it might be actually good for the dollar because they're hoping the inflation's going to start coming off. If it's just the same, that might be considered a little bit inflationary, as a matter of fact, interestingly put. But the point is the likelihood it's going to be different. And that's what we want. The bigger the difference, hopefully the more the knee-jerk reaction, the movement. That would be beautiful. Can you imagine? Let's go along here. Take this out of the way here. Look at this one here. What a brilliant. Let's say you got in here, and this is just sell stop, buy stoppers here, tricked it in, knocked that off. Bang, that's about, well, it's only 50 pips, or on a 15-minute one, sorry. But it could go up easy. The differential, 150 pips, literally in a few minutes. What a pleasure. We don't want to be caught in the long one and the short. If you're taking if it's shot up and you've taken profit, you think it might come down and test that one, then you can leave it. But you're thinking a little bit more experienced, Maurice. I'd rather guys try to do step 2 before step 1. On that principle, yes. You do 20 pips, it shoots up, something goes wrong, you take your profit, it starts coming off, tricks this one in, but it might take it in and go back up again. But if you understand that and aware of it, I have no problem with it. But it's tough enough getting to understand the mechanics of the trade, never mind understand the different perambulations of it. It sometimes get a bit of a whiplash, I get that. But yeah, there's nothing such thing as a no-brainer, something for nothing, it doesn't occur. But the area of the risk compared to the probability, extremely good and profitable risk-reward nature. High probability it works out. It just got to be on it. If you've got a personality that's too slow to move, you might get caught because this thing will move. Like being a Formula One driving, it happens. If it's different. Any questions on that? Because it's important you get the hang of it, because it can be a very profitable way to make up for a bad week. We haven't had a bad week, but if you had a bad week, you can get it all back. If you had a good week, you can go in a better weekend, smile on your face. It is worth knowing. Yeah. All good? All happy? You're right about GBP. Most of it seems to be doing nothing at the moment. No surprise there. But anyway, let's look at the 50 minutes trying to move up. You've looked at it along, but still wouldn't touch it yet. Yeah, so we're all good with the mechanics. Derek, you want to come and join me on that? Because you can make a good buck out of that one. Derek Kruger, that is. And if it works out and you like it, then we can have another bash on Tuesday with the CPI. Remember, CPI will be an hour earlier because the clocks are going forward in America, New York. But I'll update you again as a reminder on Monday. So the American markets will already be open when the session starts at 4. All good? Gold doing you? Probably not. Oh, hang on, gold's jumped. Looks like they're expecting, what the hell's happening there? Yeah, the dollar's come off a little bit, not that much. But it's doing what it's doing. Oh, okay, Derek, did you understand the mechanics of the trade I was talking about for Friday afternoon non-farm? Did you get that? Did you put a trade on euro dollar, Roger? No. Why would you ask that? Where did that suddenly spring from? No, no. Leave it alone. Not yet 5 o'clock in 10 minutes time. That's people preempting maybe it's going to come a fall off in the dollar, maybe. But that I don't know why. But I certainly. Well, I can't help you. The network's not working. If you're at the office, Brian, not bloody surprised. It's lousy, but the network. That's why I bought one of those foldable routers. So if I go to the office, we've got some dependable internet. I like that. It's like splitting the aces. You don't do blackjack, by the way. Oh, you do the aces, not the tens. Sorry, that's what the aces you do. Like splitting the aces in that blackjack. Quite like it. You've got load heading until 7 o'clock. Okay. Doesn't matter. You can catch me again tomorrow, and we'll definitely be going at 3 o'clock Friday. We could go to the mechanics. But the guys got to be on it. Can't spend half an hour explaining it, and then they get half the trade in. But don't get it, well, they miss it. Can't do it half cock. And someone get across to people, when it moves, you've got to be on it. Not sort of staring at the screen, wondering what's going on. It shoots up and down, and you make nothing out of it. You know, got to be on it. And I think you're getting a stomper there, Derek. Rather go through it again maybe tomorrow morning when it's got a better internet. Because you're getting the stomping from the bad Wi-Fi. Are we all good with the straddle trade? Anybody got any questions on it? Good stuff, Gary. I so quite like it's like spinning the aces. Quite nice spinning analogy, that, yeah. Hang on, Ken. Why do you know that? You've had us misspent youth. Ah, so you've been a blackjack gambler, okay. Tell the truth, survive. Not for years, actually. Lost the interest for some reason. We used to quite enjoy it. Especially when I was younger. You know, I watched James Bond, you know. Trouble is, James Bond always won when he went to the casino. So clearly I wasn't James Bond. And everyone had a tuxedo on. Nobody went in a scruffy pair of shorts. The glamour life, eh? Okay, right. Gold, silver, quite right. Gold, silver, similar, Jacob. And guys out there, similar. If you like silver, do it. If you like gold, do it. Do both. They're not the same. It's similar. Not the same. It's similar. If gold's going up, as it is the moment, if I go to silver, don't prove me wrong now. That should also be going up. Better do. Yeah, goes up as well. You know, they're not in tandem, but I mean, they're similar. The movement might be more volatile than the other, whatever, but they're similar. So if you like silver, do it. If you like gold, do it. I do both. Concentrate on one. I have to practice know them, but I mean, you don't worry about it. If you like silver, do it. If you like gold, do it. Don't do both. Don't forget, contract size is different on silver. So you go to silver, right click, specification is 500, as you can see there. We all know what that means, contract size 500. Anybody not know what that means? Because that's important. I'm going to spend some time going over this, because I don't think it's taught in the classes, and I'm damn sure most people are not getting it. And it's important to get it. And it's arithmetic. Don't be frightened of, it's not maths, arithmetic. Me, contract size. You've got to check specification contract size. Look at this. Come to the point in a minute. 500, and the deposit is 0.04 on a 500 to 1 leverage. Divide that or multiply by the amount there, and it'll give you the deposit. The leverage on that is about 250, is it? About 250, yeah, it's about 250 to 1. On the 500 leverage, actually, the real leverage is 250 to 1 leverage. Okay, contract size 500. Let's go to WTI. It's good, it's close. That's oil. Look at oil. 100. See, gold is 10, Dow's 10. You get the idea. So what does that mean? We'll stick with silver and brass it. Same principle all the way. Might as well stick with it. Right, go back again. Just to remind you, 500. All that means a contract is 1.0, a standard lot, if you like. Contract, whatever you like to call it, same thing. You know, donkey, thank you, same thing. Lot contract, we use the word lot contract. Right, one contract is 500 times in US dollars, this amount here. For the purpose of this exercise, we'll ignore the 16. It's $20, 16 cents, okay? Forget the 16, we want to get the concept across. So the price of silver is $20 an ounce. Contract size is 500, so therefore the contract value is 500 times 20, which is $10,000. Simple as that. So one contract size exposure is in rands, 180,000 rand. You put your deposit. So if you go into this, you divide 180,000 by 250, and that's your margin. The rest is your balance. You pay the interest rate on. So far, so good, Vicky? Right. Now that's a standard. In a mini, you divide by 10. So instead of being exposure 180,000, it becomes 18,000. And if you go in a micro, it's 1,800 exposure. It'll work it out for the calculator there, but I'm just explaining the maths behind it. So that's what I'm saying. If you go to the down, it's 10, and you go to let's say the gold, it's 10. They're both same contract, but 1,800 is very different to 30,000. So clearly, 0.01 on the gold is a much smaller position than 0.01 on the Dow. Let's just give you an example of this. Let's say you want to go to gold, right? If you please, guys, watch this because I'm sure I'm not getting this. Okay, specification 10. You know that now. So we're going to go into it'll do it for you. We want to know why it's happening. Now we're going to go on to something like gold, right? We're going to buy it. We want silver now. Sorry. We're going to buy gold. Okay, so far so good. Okay, we're going to put a stop loss there at maybe 1,800. Okay, and we're going to put a TP there of 1,860. So far so good. Risk reward 190. That's fine. It's only 38 rand a micro because it's 1,800. It's much smaller figure. You get it? Now you start looking at the Dow, not the micro, I'm talking the other one. And we're going to do one on here. That's also 10. Remember, sorry, do it quickly again. Specifications 10. On the micro, specifications 1. Okay, good enough. Right, go to the Dow, the normal one this time. And you're going to do a trade on this one. You need to put the stop. We're going to buy it. The stop's got to be out of the way. So we'll put it down here. How far away is that? Too close. Oh, on the 15-minute. Nobody wonder. Okay, you put the stop out the way down here. Okay. Put the TP up here. Put it 34. Make it 34,100. 34,100 for the first example. Yeah, we've got a risk rewards all right. You can bring it down a bit if you want. Bring it down to here. That'll do. Yeah. Now look at this. 900 rand a micro. You get the point now. That's why we have the Dow micro, because the contract size on this one is 1. On this one here it's 10. The other one, the micro, is 1. So it'll be a tenth of that. So you go on the micro, it's 90 bucks for the same trade. 900 on this one. Clearly, your profit potentially hits a TP as that. That's your risk. On the other one, it'd be 178 rand. Your TP profit if you do one micro. Okay, so that's for the contract size. The contract size is that plus multiplied by this amount here in US dollars. You're going to multiply again by 18 to get your rands. And the mini you divide by 10, and micro you divide by another 10. Okay. All good. Those who got internet that works. And it's astounding how many people don't know that in the trading. And it's important to know it because again, the same position size, I don't know why, because the calculator works out from anyway, on the gold and the Dow. I'm not talking the micro, I'm talking the normal one. There's clearly a difference in number between 32 grand and 1,800. Massive difference. And same with the NAS. The NAS is 12,000, but it's again contract size 10. So it's $120,000 a contract on the NAS, $328,000 a contract the Dow, and 18,000 contract on the gold. See the difference between $328,000 and 18,000? Massive. Get my point. Simple arithmetic I'm doing every day, but that's what you got to bear in mind. See the dollar's coming up a bit, eh? Might get a bit of a jump in the NAG. Anyway, you'll be speaking in a couple of minutes' time. Let's see what happens. Are you good with that, Vicky? Oh, absolutely. It's 83 pips. What are we doing now? got the subject a bit on silver, but I hope you got the idea. Yeah, it looks like trying to break the round figure there. For sure. Make it 70, then you'd got a bit of profit out of it because you are 80 bits. Make it maybe 179.70. I don't know what price you got in. I think it was 1.7973 or something like that. But yeah, that'll look a lot prettier, hey? Even the Euro JPY stuff, that's the other two definitely making up for it, more than making up for it. Still got a long way to go to TP though. It's another 100 odd bits more, which start to come right. Good. You got it, Vicky. Good stuff. And that worries me because I mentioned before, teaching of mathematics at school is not good because I know I've said before the whiz quiz they have in the mornings. These young guys are clever, but they're battle. I mean, I think it was this morning. I think it was 15 and 16 had to add up. They couldn't do it. But they got the other questions right, which were quite good for a youngster, but they couldn't do that. And you've got to be able to do it. You call it arithmetic. You need to know that. It's important, not because I'm saying it is important, everything. Same principle, Ken. I have no problem with that at all. But I have a problem with people coming along and expect the same performance of Ferrari. Well, clearly not. If you need that performance, sorry, you've got to cough up the money. Money. No problem. I can't afford a Ferrari. I can afford a Mini Cooper S. Great. At least I can travel. It's better than walking. Fantastic. But I don't expect to have the same luxury and performance as a Ferrari. Clearly not. But you stagger the amount of people who think they get the same returns on a small account they can on a big one. Doesn't make sense, does it? People want to put very little in and expect enormous coming out. It doesn't work that way. Always work on percentages. It's probably easiest. Give an idea. I've mentioned before. The pros reckon you can have very high returns one month, about the next, but over a period of a year or two, they look at getting in the region of about 50% a year, sometimes more, but that's what they aim at because the hassle, effort you've got to put in, you're looking at about 50% per year. And that's a very good return. Well, about 10 times when you get in the bank. But you've got to be on it and learn your stuff to do that. What's he doing now? The Nazi. See better on the 15-minute. About bloody time. Hey, about time. There he goes. Is it bigod? Is it bigod? Hey, big smile on Mr. Shearer's face. Good down. After the end gas thing, it's nice to have the smile back. Whoa. Hey. Ken. Are we the team or what, eh? Stop the bloody Euro-Japanese party pooping yen. Stop it. Pound, dollar, pound, AUD. Who needs the AUD yen, eh? Has that stopped out yet of interest? No, it's popping up as well. Oh, that's all right. We might even get lucky on that one, but even if we don't, it doesn't matter. These two really pay. It's nearly coming up.
Roger.
Brilliant. Yes, go for it.
I see the job openings was just announced, and there's more openings than what the market expected. Americans.
The Jolt. What about that? Thank you. Let's have a look. Jolt is American. I knew that, yeah. That's your story there. Hey, that's all right. 10.8 openings. That's fine. More job openings. They're in a rather interesting situation from employees' point of view. There's more jobs than people leaving the jobs. Amazing, eh? Can you imagine it over here? Actually, it's the other way around. There's more vacancies than can get people to fill them. So how come you got a 3% unemployment? Heck to say this, guys. Some people are just unemployable. Tattoos all over their face. They've been to jail too long record. Never pitch up on time. Pretty unreliable. Coming to work drunk or high on drugs or whatever. You get the idea. They can't even make it a hamburger flipper. So, but yeah, there's actually more vacancies than people to fill them. I'm not going to stuck record how the funding didn't work for us last week, but it seems to be coming right for so far this week, eh? I hope we can round off a good one on Friday. Straddle trade on that will really round off a good week and get everyone happy again. A lot of guys re-entered the pound dollar quite low price, chasing it. Maybe got lucky. Not much happening there. So, and I thought they chased it a bit late. That's a fear of missing out scenario. But yeah, that's doing fine. I think quite a few people bought the NAS, despite my saying I don't think you should. Anyway. So let's have a look at the Dow again. Just give me a second. I'll have a look at the sort of the dollar index. A bit quiet. Obviously, Powell just saying hi. I'll be honest, I don't know, guys, but I think it's going to be fireworks. The speech today. What's he going to say new they hadn't said yesterday? Probably just to reiterate the same thing he said before, which is basically one sentence. Probably the market to jump around. What, the NAS? You got, yeah, that's actually, yeah, you're trying to get cute there, Mutton. That you got to say, is it the right entry, or I'm accepting the miss out and have a 200 pip stop. Trying to play and chase those short-term jumping around, especially he's speaking at the moment, number one. So we've got the 4:30 opening and now Powell speaking. Sorry, Mr. Shearer, not doing so many favors there. At least you know that. And you jump, you panic, and then it comes to your direction. Now you just take a quick loss. That's not the way to trade. That is a, sorry, Mark, that's a classic example of emotional trading. That'd be nice. It's nearly 100 pips. Anybody in this trade, which you should be, if you follow the signal, you come to trade, why wouldn't you be? Modify that stop. I think we can make it to now it's come off nicely. Move it down to maybe 179. Yeah, make it 179.20. If you get stopped out, you still banked about 50 odd pips, maybe more. But see if we can ride it down. Not sure if it's going to get into the TP, but let's see if it can. Start to look very nice. Please stay in and modify your stop and keep a distance. You don't get stopped out. You were very tight stop, guys. I'm sorry I keep saying this. Too tight because your nerves are taking over. You get knocked out for a few guys jump in, like the wick, a few guys taking profit, get knocked out, and you're not on board anymore, and you go down another 100. You're not benefiting from the winning trades, but you're losing on the loser. Not a good one. Most amateurs, starters do that, and that's why they come short. Try to say, not do that. I don't know how to put it. Don't do that. Easier said than done. Their emotions run riot, but still. That's why you meant to say when I was doing that thing there at 3 o'clock, at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Get off that bloody demo because you're learning nothing on it. Nothing at all. I think you can go to 179.30. I'll put it down there. I'll make it 20 actually. 1.7920. And already you're 45 pips away from the entry. And anyway, if you got in at 73, you're 50 odd pips in profits. You're doing this nicely. Whatever happened, 50 pips is pretty damn good. Not quite sure where that is actually, to be honest, Mark. That's your question. That what you mean is you're not telling me, you're actually asking me why. And I'm saying I should define it. I don't know. Don't know what he's saying at the moment, but in theory it should be going up a little bit. Maybe that's the reason why. Look at the NAS just jumping around a bit. Remember, he's speaking the moment, quick a bit of noise. Yeah. Oh, it's holding strong. Sorry, I thought you were saying, why is it moving up a bit more than the NAS just coming off? Just jumping around a bit. Just out of interest now, let it run. You're in profit. Don't get cute. Don't try and play it. Hopefully, we'll do nicely on Friday, and we might find something tomorrow as well. Okay. Any other questions? Anything else you want to look at? Spoke about the straddle trade. I mentioned, I think I have, we'll do it again anyway. Save your charts. If you haven't, make sure you go to templates. Right click on the chart there. Right click anywhere there. Templates. Save it. Don't forget. So if you lose your charts, right click templates and you get your charts back. Specification I mentioned about silver, silver, gold. Mentioned contract size. Check it out. Margin. Divide into 100 or multiply it by 100 or whatever you want to do. That's how your contract divide into 100 gets your contract size. Yeah, you've got your DXY, you've got your economic calendars. Those things have been covered. Hope you all got that. We'll do it again and again and again. So if you don't get first time, get it next time around, and then start getting some value. And if you just bought the course Fenyin, you started, I promise you, in a month's time, you speak to a friend of yours who bought and never attend a training room or whatever, you'll be surprised the difference in what you know and they do. On the practical side. Don't play around, just looks jumping around. He's speaking at the moment, leave it alone. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. This we want to keep an eye on for a buy. If you can get, maybe missed it. We'll be on the 15-minute. Not quite. If you get about 145, we might get it. GBP CHF, I don't chase it now, but there's a good chance of selling it. You get a decent price. No, we missed it again. I want to do that, but you guys didn't want to do it. First, you chose that. Then no one do it, and this time here. Anyway, don't chase it now. But if you get a rally on those two, keep an eye on it. They're usually pretty good. CAD JPYs are dead. Gornell. So leave that one.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Leave that alone, nothing happening there. Okay, any trades? Make a bit of a racket there, so I'm just gonna knock you off there. Want to chat, Ken, or anybody, just let me know. Where were we at? Oh yes, we'll look at Microsoft. There's anything happening now, but I doubt it. No, definitely ship sailed on that one, leave it. And I think most people are out of the Hewlett Packard. It's a bit of a pity because it's doing pretty well. Anyway, don't chase it now. That was a nice trade. It wasn't going to go too bad with an Amazon one. I think did okay in the end. I'm not sure. Not too bad, but quiet now. Google, I think it's too late for that one. That's a bit better. It's a bit better actually, Google. No. Yeah, maybe there. What's this, a daily? Yeah. I think we can do that. Maybe a $3 stop. Maybe a little bit further down here. That's it. A $6 on TP. I think it's a possibility that might come off. Have a look at it if you don't want to do it now. The power speakers make you nervous, or you worry about non-farms, leave it. But if you like a share, that's a possibility of one if you're like fairly aggressive you want. Anyone want to try that? Put up until I'll write it down if you like to do it. But don't go in too big because it is pretty aggressive to see all the fundies coming out. Put it down there, you can tell me you want to do it or not. So we call that, so call it a straight 95 entry. And then we put the TP up here. Make it a straight 98. The TP down here. 88.50. And it's about $3 per share. What's that? 318s are what, 54, 55 rand a share. With costs, I'll make it 60 rand. There we are, 60 rand per share. Don't get too big. I'll speak on farms, jobless claims tomorrow. But if you want to have a go at that and a sell, yeah, it hasn't been at that price there since on the daily. Of course, of March, I think February. Yeah, it hadn't been there for a month, so I think it's too bad. People like it, quite like that. What about that for an idea? They don't like that. If you don't, I'll sulk. No props, Derek. Are you back on board yet? No one key. Okay, well we are. Your brain is churning. Thought I heard some noise coming out and some steam coming around. Quite like it, Simone. Don't get too big, but there's a good chance there. Yeah. In fact, it's already come off a bit. So if you're doing it, don't take too long over it. You might miss out. We want to get at 95, so your risk rewards change. I can see the smoke, yeah. Simon likes it. I'm fine. Nice. Okay, great. Got it down here. Good stuff. See how that goes. Guys, what's all about? Because you missed on the internet. I can't explain here. No, I'm selling simply because I'm negative about the markets. I'm negative about inflation. I'm positive about interest rate continuing to increase. I'm very negative about the overall world, Western economies. Yeah, so the bottom line is sell the rally has been my saying for quite a while. And if you're selling the rally on the NAS, that's part of the NAS. Why would you buy Google unless it had sort of an audit report and a big profit came out higher than expected? Then the NAS goes off, this would go up. But I haven't seen any evidence of that. So film the rally. And it hasn't been to that level where the stock is up here at 98. Last time it was at 98 rand, was at $98, sorry, was at 9th of February, a month ago. So there, like that. That's the reason. So, quite a few good to see you and Tommy. Good. Don't forget, 1.0 is 60 rand. So don't start putting 0.01 in. It's not a Forex, it's a share. That's why I didn't put the calculator up. It's different. Actually, no, I disagree. He's fine. What does your head in is this overreaction by the human beings out there, the traders out there. I'll mention again, I have written down, let's call it out again, just give me a second. This is one bloody sentence, not a paragraph. If the totality of the data were to, this was yesterday, by the way, if the totality of the data were to indicate that faster tightening is warranted, we would be prepared to increase the pace of rate hikes. One sodding sentence. And what's so big deal about that? We know that. That one sentence stated was being really nothing written, anything obvious for quite a while and set the markets off. So can't really blame poor old Powell. It's the guys sort of reacting the way they are. But anyway, whatever the result does, you know, for the point, yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid trading it sometimes, especially when non-farms these come out, it's not for the faint-hearted, is it? What's our GBP AUD doing now? Is it popping back up again now? It's so nicely just now, isn't it? And you got your protective stopping. Probably talking and something else they reacted to. We'll see you're a JPY, AUD JPY still doing, yeah. And we're still in. Not much more I can add, actually, guys. It's talking. I wouldn't get too cute in the trades. Google will be fine, but I think that should do it for time. All good. AUD JPYs. Don't chase it, one dealie. Just stay with it. You've got your stop in, protect you. Let it run. Hope it comes right. If you're not in, don't chase it. GBP AUD is doing very well. And the other one even better hit the TP. So just let these run. Don't any more trade ideas. Any more questions, or should we wrap it up until tomorrow and see what happens tomorrow? Remember, it's going to be a little bit jumpy from tomorrow as well. But jobless claims, a couple of others coming out. I think it's interest rates coming out, something I don't know, whatever on other places. So that anyway, keep us on our toes. That's the stuff. You're happy, that's the main thing, one dealing. Good stuff. Well, it should bloody drop. Well, that's what it should suddenly do. The very good fundamental reason for that, because I want it to drop. Don't chase it now, Mark. Good. Okay, guys. Let's see. Maybe there's something there. No, I don't chase it down, Mark. Well, you can, you want. I'm suggesting you that. Okay, guys. Should we wrap it up? Catch you tomorrow before my load shedding kicks in. Yeah. Strongly suggest you all do. Stay out. Okay, and Tom B and company and everybody else, great stuff. And catch you tomorrow and hope we can end up with a great From Farms, very profitable week and put the smile back on all of our faces. Good. All good. Okay, guys, catch you tomorrow. Brian's coming back in again. Hi, Brian. Just about finished now. So we're just going to close up now. Okay. Catch you tomorrow if you want to join us. Okay. Cheers, some dealing. Good stuff. Thanks, Dieter. Sharp, mate.